Hello children, class 8. Today I am going to teach you the civics. Okay, subject civics. I have not written here. So, okay. Civics chapter 4, understanding laws. Okay, there are so many specific laws which has been passed in our parliament, which has also written in our constitution, which we have to follow. So there are some specific laws. I have also written here age of marriage. It is from 18 to 21. Okay, age at which a person can vote. Also, it is also from 18 years. Okay, and laws of dealing with buying and selling of the property. There are fixed prices for selling and buying, which laws has dealt with. Okay. So these are specific laws. There are so many also laws which has been passed to maintain the rule regulation in our country. Okay, so just look in your book first. Students may be familiar with some laws such as those that specify the age of marriage, the age at which a person can vote, and perhaps even the laws dealing with buying and selling of property. We now know that Parliament is in charge of making laws. As you know, Parliament which is in charge of making laws. Okay, so we will also study, do laws apply to all? You have to understand. We cannot discriminate between person on the basis of their religion, caste or gender. It is applied to all. Okay. What the rule of laws means is that all laws apply equally to all citizens of the country and no one can be above the law. Even our Prime Minister or President cannot do anything about the law, okay, which has been passed. Neither a government official, nor a wealthy person, nor even the President of country is above the law. Just underline it. It is page number 43. It is very important to underline. Any crime or violation of law has a specific punishment. Okay. If any person has done any crime, okay, so there is a specific punishment for those persons who have done the crime. Okay. As well as a process through which the guilt of the person has to be established. But was it always like this? There will be no any discrimination between the laws for any person. In ancient India, there were innumerable and often overlapping local laws. That time there was, when our constitution has not prepared, not passed, then there was local laws. Different communities enjoyed different degrees of autonomy in administering the laws, because it was not fixed for that time. Okay, that was local administrating rule among their own. In some cases, the punishment that two persons received for the same crime varied depending on their caste background. Okay, varying from on their caste background, it was differed. So it was not good. So new laws have been made to maintain the country. This with lower caste being more harshly penalized. This slowly began to change as this system of law began to further evolve during the colonial period. When British East India Company came to India, that time these local laws were used. But from then, it is often believed that it was the British colonization who introduced the rule of law in India. But Indian historians, have disputed this claim on several grounds. Okay, two of which include, first, that colonial law was arbitrary. Arbitrary, you have to know the meaning. Arbitrary means cruel way of punishment. Okay, or manner. Okay, cruel way of punishment or manner, arbitrary. And second, the Indian nationalists played a prominent role in the development of the legal sphere in British rule. So, historians disputed this claim that only the British were not introduced the rule of law in India. Okay. One example of arbitrariness that continued to exist as part of British law in the Sedition Act of 1870. The idea of sedition was very broadly understood with this act. Any person protesting or criticizing the British government could be arrested without due trial. Without trial, they could be arrested. With the Sedition Act of 1817, which was passed by British rule. Any person in India can be arrested without trial if they are going to protest British government. So they were very cruel, very arbitrary method they used. Okay. Indian nationalists began protesting and criticizing this arbitrary use of authority by the British. Okay, it is page number 44, last paragraph, just underline it. Indian nationalists began protesting and criticizing this arbitrary use of authority by the British. They also began fighting for greater equality and wanted to change the idea of law from a set of rules that they were forced to obey. So there is a question which has given in your book. Second question, that is, it is state two reasons why historians refute the claim. Refute means refuse karna. Okay, they do not accept it. Indian historians, they do not accept this belief. Okay, refute. State two reasons why historians refute the claim that the British introduced the rule of law in India. Historians refute the claim that the British introduced the rule of law in India because colonial law was arbitrary. Their law, British colonial law, was arbitrary, and the Indian nationalists played a prominent role in the development of legal sphere in British India. Okay, so your second question, this is the answer. After that comes page number 45. I will just make you clear. With the adoption of the Constitution, this document served as the foundation on which our representatives began making laws for the country. Okay. And as you know, in 1950, our Constitution was passed and declared also It was 26 January 1950. It came into force. Every year, our representatives pass several new laws as well as revise existing ones. According to this new law, sons, daughter and their mother can get an equal share of family property. Okay? It